Okay. Why are we all laughing at this point when it is a T20 World Cup? Thank you to our neighbors, because we are still not able to figure out what has Pakistan done.
And I was actually thinking, when did Siddharth crack a good joke for us to laugh?
I know, I always crack good jokes.
Actually.
Yeah, you just don't seem to get it. That is you, Sid. That is the unfortunate thing that is there, because the amount of memes that has come about Pakistan losing, Iceland cricket in particular have trolled them very badly after the loss. A lot of conspiracy theories floating around. And imagine a team made up of coders, computer engineers, part-time New Zealand cricketers, part-time Antigua-Barbudan cricketers.
In short,
one Sri Lankan, a team of make or break, if you have to look at it, of ragtag cricket, you may say amateurs, have beaten a side that has played triple the number of T20Is combined experience, triple the number of T20Is ever in their history. And yesterday we saw the United States of America beating Pakistan.
Okay, so talking about conspiracy theories, I was just reading something of a few hours back. It's not a conspiracy theory, just a theory. It was some article, not of somebody renowned, but an opinion is an opinion again. It was written that because of the reason, even though they have been coders, they have side jobs, and they still play cricket, but because of the work-life balance, your mental state in the US of A, there's not that much pressure there. So according to some people, that is the reason they are giving such good results, that they have the right balance in the right proportion. Not like countries like India or Pakistan, where if cricket means a religion in the country. So the pressure added on, the skill doesn't matter. We have heard a lot of international cricketers talking about the fact that there is not much difference between the skill of a domestic player or a player who isn't playing international cricket and between a player who's playing international cricket, and the difference only is about the mindset. So do you think because of what are your thoughts on this theory also?
Look, most of the US team consists of Indians. And in an ICC event, and India does get the better of Pakistan. Most of the time, if you look at it. I mean, they have just won how many?
No, but India on other occasions have crumbled in pressure.
See, they haven't crumbled in an ODI World Cup against Pakistan.
No, not Pakistan. I'm talking about generally.
We are just limiting it to Pakistan. Because see, India's next game, and for whom the whole world will be watching, the next big game is June 9th, which is day after tomorrow. India will have a press conference tomorrow. Okay, the weather is a bit dodgy for June 9th, heading into that India-Pakistan encounter. Third, there is a promise that the pitch might be better, but we don't know how much better. Okay, on a flat deck, let us make no bones about it, on a flat deck at the Grand Prairie in Dallas, Pakistan's batters, I mean, look at the position of Babar where he's standing in this current meme that is there. Okay. In Babar's defense, Pakistan lost 3 wickets in power play. Now in the defense, what Babar Azam's mentality is that, okay, this is where I would like to bring upon the point that why are we discussing Pakistan today, even though they have lost to the USA about 12 hours ago, more than 12 hours ago. It's on a broader scale. Yet again, I ask the question, I've always been critical of calling this India versus Pakistan clash the mother of all battles or the battle of all mothers, whatever you want to look at it. Why on earth are you still hell-bent on making an India versus Pakistan match a rivalry, which by its own definition and form at this point in time, if you look at India's form, you look at Pakistan's form, it is nowhere close to a rivalry. You are clutching onto straws as to what happened in 17 years just 3 times. 2007, 2 matches that happened. Oh, what happened that Kohli goes down the ground, Kohli goes out of the ground in 2022. But apart from that, 3 matches in the space of 17 years when the rest has been so one-sided. Gentlemen, am I missing the very definition of a rivalry here, or are we just too blinded by India versus Pakistan?
No. You know what? I do not agree with this fact, and I would still I'm looking forward to this game with the same excitement as a rivalry, because we talk about recency a lot in cricket. Recency in terms of picking the team, recency in terms of what the conditions could be. So in just this scenario, I would just be taking the recency in this particular format. Last 2 times India faced Pakistan in a World Cup, once they absolutely dominated you, and the other time you needed a freakish innings, the innings of a lifetime to actually beat them. And at that point also it was their mistakes that actually they shot themselves in their foot, and that is what ended up, that's why they ended up losing that game. So that is why I'm still excited, equally excited. Secondly, the wicket in yesterday's game was pretty flat. The conditions, we still don't know. There is a promise that the wicket is going to be better by the ICC, and the wicket that India is going to play on will also be a fresh wicket. So we still don't know what the conditions are, but I don't think that you're going to see drastic changes. It could be a little better as compared to the matches till now, but not a flat track at all, because at the end of the day it's the same, it's the nature of the wicket. I was reading the comments of the curator who has actually done this. He was saying it's like a human being, it needs time to adjust to the conditions, which it hasn't got. So however much you cut the grass or whatever you actually do to actually make it better, it's not going to make that much of a difference. So at the end of the time, I think it's going to be between the 2 bowling lineups. Whichever team ends up bowling better, I think that's going to be the main
To
thing.
an extent, what Siddharth is saying is something I agree with. I'm not going to deny that. In the last 17 years, you mentioned the number of losses that India have had is 3, and obviously the number.
No, I'm saying the number of thrillers have been 3.
The number of thrillers have been 3. Okay, so I think it's also about the lineup that a Pakistan have played against India, the competition there has been, and going by all the perspectives, I think it is still a rivalry. One thing that the fans really expect nowadays is that, you know, the 2 teams should play more and more. There should be more of bilateral ties. And by the way, the Sunday's game between India and Pakistan is going to be their first T20 international since the October 2022 clash between
you had the World Cup in
MCG. I'm
T20.
talking about a T20 clash.
Yeah, that
talking
was
about a
going to
T20
happen,
clash.
yeah.
So I think, yeah, to an extent it does make sense, but if you look at just the T20 World Cup 2007, both were thrillers. 2012 was a one-sided game. 2014 was one-sided. 2016 India did lose a few wickets, but then Kohli made sure to hold on and guided India to victory.
And you were also chasing really less in 2016.
Yeah, it was a rain curtailed.
Yeah.
18 overs.
Yeah,
16 or 18.
16 overs.
18.
16 or 18, okay.
Yeah.
In Calcutta, right?
Yeah,
Calcutta.
84 you were chasing.
No, we were chasing.
No, that was Asia Cup.
118.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, and then it was 2021 was obviously the proper loss that India suffered against Pakistan. So, yeah, I think it's obviously been India all the way, and that is what we basically look in cricket or any other sport, the results. And they are the ones that actually matter. So yeah, going by the margin, obviously India have really dominated, and there can be a question mark, whether there is a rivalry or not. But with the rich history that the 2 teams have, the amount of times that they have played in the past before things eventually, got bad, or the relations basically got bad between the 2, I think, governments. So I think, yeah, there is still a lot of anticipation. But one thing that I feel, and I'll just go back to the USA-Pakistan clash here, and you can provide me your thoughts on that once I finish, that I feel that USA were under more pressure than Pakistan going into this match. People can actually say that Pakistan really had to play well and make sure that they do not lose to a team that is still making its mark on the international arena. But according to me, USA were the team that were under more pressure, and there's a reason behind it.
To start with?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why they were under more pressure, not just in the match against Pakistan, but even in the tournament. Number 1, they are co-hosts, and number 2, these are the only tournaments that these players get to play in when it comes to the ICC events. They do not have any much of bilateral cricket wherein they get to face those top playing nations or the top ranked nations. They really need to make the most of these opportunities so as to make sure that they rise up the rankings and have a chance to play against the likes of India, Pakistan, Australia, England in any of the formats, be it Test, ODI or T20. Test is still pretty much a far-fetched dream for a team like USA, but That's how, they have to play, because every game for them is actually a must win. That's how they can, progress, and if they do not win consistently, they will lag behind. And the same thing has actually happened with Zimbabwe, apart from the political issues that they had in their country in early 2000s. This is where I think they really need to win all the games, because I know that I have even interviewed a lot of the associate nations, and one thing is very common among all of them is that everyone has a job. Everyone, most of them really find it difficult to make their ends meet, and cricket may not be that prominent in their country, but that's where I think they really need to make the most of any of the matches they get to play, because that's how they will rise up the ranks, or else, it will be the same old story for them.
I kind of disagree.
Yeah,
with
even I do.
That USA were under pressure. Looking at the way how they started, it seemed like Pakistan just were not up for it. I'll tell you why. Everybody is like now saying, but yaar, this will be dangerous. Pakistan will bounce back. Kudrat ka nizam will strike all over again. 2022, 2021 it happened. 2016 it happened.
23 it almost happened.
2023 it almost happened. Every single time this Kudrat ka nizam hocus pocus is not going to happen, because for three reasons. One, if you talk about home dominance, why has no home nation ever won the T20 World Cup? So you are going against that tide. Number two, you got three liabilities in the Pakistan team. Okay? Combined with all the off-field issues that happened in 2022, Pakistan didn't have that much of off-field issues. Very surprisingly, ever since creation, they have not had that much of off-field
Not even in
issues.
2021.
Not even, 2021 there was a bit of the uncertainty factor. I mean, there was this BCCI tussle that was happening.
No, but as far as the team is concerned, I think inside the team it wasn't, it was between the boards. Basically.
Yeah, it was in that. But in 2022 also, you didn't have that much of a tussle. I mean, you had competed against an England side quite well. 4-3 that they lost. Babar and Rizwan at least batted well in that series prior to the T20 World Cup. Here, Babar is playing like an ODI of the 90s. Forget 2007 T20 template. He's going back to the ODI template. 44 of 43, and this is the first meme. In Babar's defense, Pakistan lost 3 wickets in the power play. And it is a brutal dig.
He made only 4 runs of 14 balls.
Wasim Akram in the commentary said this.
And Wasim Akram has absolutely lambasted Pakistan. He even called them pathetic. That is the situation.
My point here was that heading into the match, if I feel there was any team who was under too much pressure, it was USA, primarily because of the background and primarily because of the fact that they may not have those many chances if they do not beat these big teams.
Because
not just that, I also feel that the point you are raising, that they are under pressure, I feel that associate nations, when they are coming into an ICC tournament, they know that actually reaching somewhere, going ahead in the tournament is very difficult. So I think they take that as a motivation to actually, because here if they reached it Super 8s, even if I'm saying at this point also, if USA is as a team doesn't qualify for the Super 8s, but you will always talk about their team because they beat Pakistan. So I don't think that that's a pressure on them. They came really freely. Even in the press conference when I was reading their Monarch Patel's statement yesterday, he was like, we just need 30-40 minutes of good cricket and we might be able to win the game against them. I think it was Pakistan who was under tremendous pressure, firstly because of the reason they are not too good against associate nations, be it Zimbabwe. They lost to Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe is a test playing nation.
Exactly. But still, you could call them a little... They're not in the World Cup. They were knocked out of the World Cup.
They are not in the top.
Yeah, they're not in... Yeah.
When Afghanistan beat Pakistan in the ODI World Cup this time.
Yeah.
So...
that's why I think Pakistan was the team which was more under pressure, and also there was a lot of chatter about the fact that the way the US side is coming, the way brand of cricket they are playing, Pakistan, it could be a tough task for Pakistan to actually win the game. As far as playing with other countries, playing with A-class players, they have their own MLC. Most of the players in the team who have come here have come from back. I know Unmukh Chand, we know, specially went from India to just play cricket and represent them. Somebody like a Milind Kumar who is in the squad went there to play cricket. Corey Anderson,
Nitish Kumar also.
Yeah, all of these people went there just to play cricket. So that idea was very sure. They made their team to reach the World Cup. They actually qualified. They are hosts. That's why I think that Pakistan was the team who was under pressure. USA, I think they were pretty free and they were pretty confident, motivated in fact.
Which is why, see, look at the build-up what happened in 2022 and the build-up in 2024. Pakistan at least stretched England 3-4 in that 7-match T20 series. Sure, they lost to England in the warm-ups also, but then okay, they at least had something going for them. They are slow starters. 92 they were slow starters, 2017 they were slow starters, 2009 they are slow starters. But somewhere down the line, the law of averages has to catch up. When they started off slowly in 2007, it proved to be fatal.
Yes.
In the 2007 ODI World Cup.
Got your point. Yeah.
When
Obviously,
they started,
it cannot be T20 World Cup.
No, even there, they
did
won
get
against.
off to a good start.
They won against Scotland, and India could have almost been dumped out because rain ensured that they couldn't do the Scotland game also.
Yes.
India could have been dumped out if Misbah had managed to score 1 run of 2 balls.
Yes.
Okay, so that is why that was Pakistan shooting themselves in the foot. In each of their title triumphs, they've always started slowly. Now here is where I say, yet again I pose the question. Are Pakistan worth the hype this time around also? My straight flat out answer is no. Despite them being mercurial, despite them being all that, you are encountering an India team. Okay? On form spectrum, India are right here, Pakistan are right here. Let's be very honest. Okay? On pure form, India's batters are here, India's bowlers are here, Pakistan's bowlers to a certain extent are here. Their batting is way down.
No, but again, the Indian batting, again, I think we are just reading too much into the IPL. We need to remember that the wickets over there, the impact player sub, I feel, has made a very big difference as far as players' strike rates and impacts in the IPL is concerned.
Yeah.
And when we talk about the Pakistan side, I do agree that their form in batting is pretty. Since yesterday, this thing has been going in my head about Mumbai Indians and Pakistan. At this point, I feel on paper, even Mumbai Indians was a team that maybe they would have been the title contenders. Here, same with Pakistan. All the problem is the internal issues because of which they are not able to perform. But during the IPL also, nobody at any point actually on a given day, everyone knew Mumbai Indians could beat any team. And that's why I think it's the same goes with Pakistan. They have people in T20 cricket, like you mentioned it always, that it's the margins are less. You just need one player to actually raise their hand and win the game for them. And Pakistan does have players who can actually do that. Now the question is, do they have players who can actually win the game for them? Are those more than the players who can actually lose the game for them?
I don't really agree with the comparison of Mumbai Indians and Pakistan.
Actually, I do agree.
No, I
to a
do
certain
not agree.
extent. You tell your reason.
There is a big difference between, and I'll just go by the pure results here. Okay.
Recent. I'm just talking about the Mumbai Indians this season.
Yeah, okay. If this season is taken into account, okay, there can be a striking similarity. Because I was looking at it from a broader perspective that a team that has, or a setup that has won 5 IPL trophies cannot be compared.
No, I'm talking about just this
a
season.
Legacy team, it's an IPL franchisee, this is an international team.
Yeah. I'm just talking about this. Specifically, that's the right.
That's fine.
I do agree, because see, what has happened is, look at the chaos. The number of regime changes that have happened in the PCB, they themselves can field an 11. The 11 members of the PCB who have been changed the last couple of years.
Not even one person actually done his term full.
No one has ever done their term full. That is Pakistan for you, both in politics and in their cricket. No one achieves their term in full. That's the sad reality of it. Whatever happens in their thing there, it trickles down even into their sport. Look at Shaheen. One series. Sacked. Babar comes back with conditions. Look at what Babar's done. And remember, this is actually a very tricky group now, Group A. With USA's win, it's now become a very tricky group.
We discussed that, as many as 3 teams can finish on 3 wins.
Now, on current form, you're hoping that Kudrat ka Nizam really showers a lot of miracles on Pakistan on 9th. Because barring a miracle and a technical blunder from India, tactical blunder, I don't see them losing. Yes, the pitch might be the equalizer, but okay, many people are saying, oh, but on this pitch, the Pakistan bowlers might be good. So the Indian batters, if they struggle on that, then Pakistan's batters on a flat pitch.
Yeah,
we do
definitely.
not, once again, we are not really taking into account India's pace bowling attack.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying it's between the two bowling groups.
And again,
whichever team bowls better would end up winning the game.
Whenever Pakistan has won against India, at least in this decade,
Yeah.
what is the common thing? It's not been the bowlers. It's been their batters.
You look at the 2017 Champions Trophy, Fakhar
Exactly,
Zaman,
exactly.
that century.
Fakhar Zaman, Azhar Ali, Mohammad Hafiz, Babar Azam, all
Rizwan,
chipped in.
yeah.
Rizwan wasn't there.
I'm talking about the 2021 because then he also chipped in with that 50.
Babar Azam and Rizwan, they themselves were enough for 158. Okay. Look at 2014, that Asia Cup match.
Yeah.
2022, the Asia Cup match. There were individual knocks that ensured Pakistan got to a par total.
Yes.
Against India, whenever they have failed, it is their batting that has failed spectacularly. Look at 2007. They couldn't, that was the one instance, the first game where the bowling, India's bowlers saved them.
Yeah.
2007, couldn't chase down 152. They were well under the pump until Misbah got them back. 2012, chasing 140. No chance. Same in 2014, 130. No chance. 2016, same 140. No chance. No individual batter stepped up. When an individual batter stepped up and scored a spectacular knock, only then have Pakistan won. 2023, look at how facile that win was. For all the hype, that was yet again one more orange signal. Don't hype India, Pakistan.
I feel that ODI cricket and in ODI cricket, I don't think there is any comparison between the two teams because the margin over there is not this small. T20, I again feel they do have. See, I'll tell you what. You never know somebody like an Azam Khan, somebody like a Fakhar Zaman, if they raise their hand on a given day and then suddenly you are supposed to chase, and I'm saying just 160-65 runs on this wicket and you get one person out between Rohit and Virat. What do you think, how from there either of them is going to approach the innings?
Look, if you are comparing the Pakistan batting and the Indian batting, okay, suppose one of Rohit or Virat gets out cheaply. Okay?
And you're chasing a 160.
Okay,
yeah.
You still have the depth. Pakistan, okay, let's have a look at the Pakistan batting lineup, okay?
Yeah.
And Pakistan have batted first, okay?
They bat till Naseem.
They bat till Naseem. They have batted first with a 165. That is the prerequisite. Yeah. Which means you are chasing 30 runs low. Okay?
On the New York wicket?
Yes. Okay. I'll tell you why. Because look at, and this is assuming it's a fresh wicket, it's a flat wicket. Okay? It's not like what we've seen on games versus Bangladesh and against Ireland. It's not like that. You're assuming 165, it is like that. Now, if looking at the way how Rizwan and Babar have played typical to type,
yeah,
they would have already played about 15-16 overs and gotten about 110-115. Okay, the late blitz, if you have to look at it, has come from Iftikhar and all the others.
No, blessing in disguise for them could be either one of them getting out cheaply or both of them getting out cheaply, and then a Shadab or a Imad would be coming back hopefully.
Yes,
and all of these people standing up.
Now India don't need that. Okay, they have got variety. They have got a Rohit Virat. If Rohit gets out or Virat gets out cheaply, you got a Rishabh Pant.
Yeah.
Rishabh Pant has been in form.
Yeah, and I think the wicket is also going to suit him more, somebody like a Rishabh Pant and Surya Kumar Yadav, because unorthodox cricket.
Although Surya is a worry. Let me be honest with you, Surya is a worry. Okay? You got a Shivam Dubey, you got a Hardik Pandya, you got an Akshar Patel. Okay? All the way down, and you got a Ravindra Jadeja. Assuming India play with the same 11. Akshar and Ravindra Jadeja.
Yeah.
The batting is much more deeper and has got much more consistency, and it's got variation.
Exactly.
And they got flexibility. At least a Rohit or a Virat can have that flexible approach. Babar and Rizwan can't have that approach. It's not in their DNA.
Pakistan, the answer to your question is that India, I'll just sum it up in one line. If Pakistan lose Babar early, they will be hamstrung. If India lose either Rohit or Kohli early, they will not be hamstrung.
No, I think again we are jumping the gun too soon. What the problem is, Shivam Dubey, I cannot be trusting in these conditions.
It's not because about just one player here. My point here is that the way Indian cricket team has gone about their business in the two matches that they have played in the World Cup so far. One was the warm-up against Bangladesh and the opener against Ireland. One thing is clear-cut after all the speculation of who is going to open the batting, who is going to be in the middle order, whether India will field three seamers or not, and much to the surprise of all of us, Kuldeep Yadav was rightfully, if not rightfully, he was left out, but that decision turned out to be true. But point here is that what India have shown in the 2 matches is that, they are flexible enough to do it. And the point with Shivam Dube is that he's more of a confidence player. We saw that during the 2019 India versus Bangladesh T20 series in which Deepak Chahar took a 6-wicket haul.
Hat-trick also, yeah.
In that series, Dube was not only promoted up the order, but he was given his full quota of overs. And just to refresh everyone's memory, who was the captain for India in that series? Rohit Sharma.
And again,
so the point here is that India are. I'm not saying that
but
India
2019 is a dangerous precedent.
That is okay. No, I'm just putting one thing into perspective by bringing that example in between. The point here is that India are a flexible unit. Whether they are the best of the lot in this T20 World Cup, that can still be a question mark. I'm not going to deny that. But India is flexible, and that's what we have, I think, established in the 2 matches. And from that only perspective, I can confidently say that India will not be hamstrung.
Yeah, definitely. See, the debate isn't. I'm not saying that Pakistan are going to start favorite in this game, but I'm also not saying that it's going to be. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say that it's going to be a walk in the. Okay, maybe this encounter against Pakistan could be a walk in the park because Pakistan would be under tremendous pressure because it's a do or die for them. But moving ahead in the tournament, I still, even if you beat Pakistan one-sided, I would still not be confident once you enter the knockout stages.
Of course, see, that isn't the debate. The debate is on this next game. We are taking it one game at a time. We are not looking too far into June 20th. June 20th is still some time away. You win against Pakistan, mostly from Group A, you're seeing the likes of USA and India go qualify. Today is Canada, Ireland. If Ireland win this and India beat Pakistan, then USA Ireland becomes kind of a knockout.
Virtual knockout.
Yeah. Virtual knockout. Okay, because India will play Canada. I think India will sweep us both USA and Canada.
Yeah, that's it.
So that is why, look, as far as the bowling and batting is concerned, when you look at Pakistan, the main reason why I don't want to consider them the hype in this 2024 T20 World Cup is 3 factors. One, the build-up to it has been far from ideal with all the off-field issues. Plus, they have lost series on a consistent basis. They've lost to New Zealand C team. They lost to an England team. They lost to Ireland for the first time. That also didn't happen in 2022.
Yeah.
Second, Babar is his own team's liability with his style of batting. Third, Shadab. You need variety. What was Pakistan?
Be specific here, Shadab the bowler.
Shadab the bowler. Bowler. Yeah. As a fielder, he's the only fielder who's doing well.
Even his batting promotion worked.
Okay. Now, a Pakistan team has prospered. If you look at each and everything, 2009 or 1992 or 2017, when their pace bowlers and their spinners have done well. 2009, if you have to look at it, who was their best spinner?
2009. Syed Ajmal
and Mohammad Hafiz.
Shahid Afridi.
Okay.
1992, it was Wasim, Aqib, Mushtaq Ahmed, the genius. 17, Amir, Junaid, and then Hassan Ali was in prime
form. Also.
No, you didn't have Wahab.
Yeah, you didn't have Wahab.
You had Shadab Khan. Shadab was in good form at that time.
Yeah.
Now in this, you got an Amir, you got a Shaheen, you got a Haris, and who else?
Imad
wasn't there. Shadab was there and Iftikhar. Now Iftikhar is a bits and pieces player. Let us be very honest about it. Okay, Shadab, he's not had form for 8 months.
No, he did well in the Pakistan Super League for sure. That's for
with the ball,
But again, we are reading too much.
He led the team to they won the title. He was the captain.
PSL.
No,
the PSL is like the BBL. It's like the Farmers League. You can't read too much into it. People, if you look at Australia, okay, name any one homegrown BBL superstar who's come into the Australian team and setting the stage on fire, excluding a Jake Fraser-McGurk.
I was about to say
and they don't pick players on the basis of the BBL. It's the IPL who picks players on the basis of the BBL.
Xavier Bartlett.
But Bartlett, is he then the T20 World Cup? Has he gotten into the big stage yet?
He just made his debut.
You could argue for a Sean Abbott. But a Sean Abbott made it through from first class cricket for New South Wales.
Yeah.
Not through the Sydney Sixers.
Okay.
Darcy Short and all these people who performed really well in the BBL were never seen for a long run
They
in
are
the
struggling to
Australian
even
side.
make it into the IPL.
Yeah, now.
You know, BBL could have been responsible, or in fact, it is responsible for some players' resurgence. But yeah, to an extent, you're right that you cannot credit it for bringing out a player basically who could have played for Australia.
Where was that red signal to not consider the BBL as the benchmark when Steve Smith got 2 consecutive hundreds? That was an
as an opener.
Yes.
Okay.
Sydney Sixers, right?
Yes, that was an indication that no, boss, there is something wrong with the league. Same with the PSL. I mean, what happened to that boot camp?
That was just an eye washer.
Eye wash?
That was eye wash.
Okay. Let me just refresh the rules of
That
the
was
game.
just to show
Shashwat,
people.
Yeah, so Shashwat. If the ball crosses the rope, just the rope, okay, this is the rope, just tips over, it's a 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it goes into the stands, is it 12 runs?
No. Same
It's
number
still
of runs.
6, right?
Yeah.
No, I know what you're getting
Then
to,
why
but
the hell did
No,
they
I
have-
want to hear. I don't know where he's getting.
yeah.
Then why the hell did they have to waste all the time of and the resources and go for that boot camp?
No, the reference to, I think what you're
I
meaning,
got it, I got
it's
it.
Mohsin Naqvi actually during the PSL talked to all the players. These were reports there that foreign players actually hit sixes in the stands and you hit sixes just on the boundary.
Okay.
What he meant according to me was the intent basically.
Yeah, intent. This Pakistan team has operated without a modern intent for a decade. Yet somehow through Kudrat ka Nizam they have managed to make it to the semi-finals and the finals in 2021 and 2022. And okay.
No, they were a better team in 2021. at
Right.
least, yeah.
It's because, see, they managed to win the games that they had to. But when it came to the crunch game, they lost.
No, in 2021 also I feel as a whole also they were a complete team. They were in the right headspace. Babar wasn't different. I would never forget when actually after they managed to beat India by 10 wickets. The first thing Babar in the dressing room, post-match dressing room, he said that we do not have to get overexcited. I think that was a very big sign. I thought things will change from here for Pakistan. But again, Babar has actually gotten the same. It's like tarboos ke saath tarboos rang badalta hai wala.
That's something I think,
I
or
heard
is
it
it like
for the first
kharbuze ke saath
Yeah, that.
Tarbooj, that's what I was
It's the
wondering.
same thing.
See, I can understand you got swayed by tarbooj because Pakistan green. I can understand in
I
that
think
sense.
two things that like really left me a little surprised during Pakistan's match against USA was that one, I think there was no reason for them to take too much time to decide the 3 batters that they wanted for the super over.
Yeah.
That itself was chaos.
Yeah, that took a lot of time. And secondly, I was like very surprised with Mohammad Amir's attitude during the super over. Okay, he has bowled a couple of bad balls, they've gone for wide, but that's where I think he really needs to keep his cool, and that's why he was promoted to be the super over bowler.
No, but firstly, I really want to know.
Before you
Yeah.
yesterday my brother-in-law was like watching with me in the super over. He said, "Arey wide to review kar le." I said, "Boss,
This is not
IPL is
IPL.
over."
No, they have a review. They can review it in the Super Over too.
No.
Yeah. The commentators also said this.
You can review
You're talking
wide in
about
Super Over.
You were talking about the first wide, na? That was bowled to Iftikhar.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can.
You can review
Yeah,
wide
the
in
commentator.
ICC World
No, the
T20.
comment. Can we check once, please?
Yeah, Pawan, can we
Yeah.
just check, because I don't remember reading a law where it stated that
You cannot
wides
use
can be
it.
reviewed in the T20
In the
World
T20,
Cup.
I thought it was just a
I think,
IPL phenomenon.
Yeah, even I am also.
No,
getting
then maybe the
confused,
commentator was also not
Commentator
over the
might have
IPL.
it,
Yeah.
Because see, the commentators
Yeah.
nowadays mix up a lot of things. So that is why. I don't think.
No, I don't think there is something like this that.
No,
it
it's
is-
not there.
Yeah, we have. Can you go up and check? Yeah.
That's in a WPL.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
different thing.
Can you check
it's the-
specifically
only
for the World
league
Cup?
stages. No, not for the World Cup. It's not there.
We'll
so that is
have to
why
check.
the IPL hangover is such that Pakistan made some basic errors. Okay, what happened with them was that they crumbled. And how could you run off wides? What was Rizwan doing? Rizwan, I know, can tend to overact on a lot of occasions. Okay, he himself admitted that there was some bit of acting that was needed in that Sri Lanka encounter.
Yeah.
Which I thought was,
345, yeah.
I would like to use a very polite term called brinksmanship or gamesmanship, but there is a deeper connotation in that way. So that's why, see, the problem with Pakistan now is that, and before we take some comments,
No, but why didn't I want your opinion also in this. Why didn't Naseem Shah bowl? Because in a podcast, I was telling you off camera,
yes,
also upstairs also. Okay, this is very funny. Babar was asked if you have to defend 10 runs in an over, whom would you give the ball to? To Bumrah or to Naseem? He said, I'll give it to Naseem because Naseem is a better bowler. Then why wasn't Naseem your better bowler yesterday?
Yep. See, I can understand one thing that Amir bowled that over, the 19th over, which went for 5 runs. Okay. He bowled a brilliant 19th over. That kept, I mean, I was wondering how could USA botch this up by just losing 3 wickets if Amir had bowled that over. He gave Haris Rauf 15 runs to defend. And I'm sorry, once Haris Rauf had the Kohli out, down the ground, Kohli out of the ground moment, he's not your best death overs bowler.
No, he cannot be.
Naseem, maybe they didn't want to risk an injury for him in the very first game, which is coming after a long
When
time.
you're defending 15?
Maybe you had better bowlers.
No,
than
he was
Amir.
done. No, in the final over, he was done with his quota. I'm talking about the super over.
I don't know. I mean, that's why I think maybe better bowler bowled in that entire period.
Maybe
5
no.
runs, that's
What
why
I
they
think the
dropped.
logic behind that is that Mohammad Amir was using a lot of variations and the wicket was a little too paced. And I think that's why he went with Mohammad Amir and not Naseem Shah.
Possible.
It's possible. So that is why, look, I can only say one thing. Maybe the decision was left-hander, maybe was troubling them a lot more than right-hander bowler.
This left-hand right-hand combination, I don't think that they even have that thought in their mind, because if they would have had that, then Faka should have been the one facing the super over for a left-hander. The
problem is maybe Aaron Jones was hitting the right-hander far better
Yes.
than a left-hander.
Yeah, that also could be the reason.
Maybe
Because
the
they
left-hander was...
Yeah, because first of all, I think when they faced Shaheen, they weren't really able to hit him.
Yeah.
I think in the death overs.
And they could
he was
easily hit a
getting some
Haris
reverse
Rauf.
swing also. Yeah.
They could easily hit a Haris Rauf.
Haris Rauf has been a problem for them, and also a reason for that is on a true wicket, you have to hit you have to consistently hit the right lens. And when you're not, you haven't played first class and you haven't played domestic cricket that much and you haven't played test cricket either, then you cannot have that. He's literally somebody who has been picked from the tape ball cricket of Pakistan, and that's what they actually refer him.
It's a terrible
as
situation.
Answer, I think, to the Siddharth's question that he asked, that are Pakistan worth the hype? I think the way obviously they have.
Let me just say,
performed-
is the India versus Pakistan, whatever marketing gimmicks are going to go on air, okay? I'm going to call it a marketing gimmick. It's no longer promoted. You can't promote a farce of a rivalry as the rivalry of cricket. I am sorry. There is a better rivalry in India versus Australia. There is a better rivalry in England versus Australia. There is a better rivalry in India versus England. At least for the competitive sake of
No, but I don't think there is any hype for India-Pakistan.
There is.
There's always hype for
No,
India.
there is the broadcasters, they have to sell it,
No,
so that's why there
anywhere you
is
look
the
at
hype
it.
in the air.
See, even everywhere you go, I think even if you're with your family members or friends also, even if they are not those, religious followers of cricket, they do know that India is facing Pakistan on XYZ day.
Okay, let me tell you one thing, okay? What are you going to choose? India versus Pakistan, a French Open final? Okay, this is an India-Pakistan minus all the hype and tension, okay? India-Pakistan, French Open, Canadian Grand Prix, or you want to choose India versus Germany, FIH Pro League Hockey? What's your choice?
Personally,
As a
me,
casual Indian fan are the keywords here. I'm going to choose India versus Pakistan.
even I'm going to choose. No. I see, personally for me, because I really watch a lot of cricket, I would still, even if India-Pakistan are not playing, it's just a PSL game or an IPL game or a WPL game, I would still rather watch that.
And I think the answer to Siddharth's question, that Pakistan, are they worth the hype? I'm going to answer that after India versus Pakistan game. Because if somehow Pakistan managed to beat India, the tournament is going to come alive.
Sure, but okay, based on current form, I would say, see, it's going to be a close contest. I'm not ruling Pakistan out entirely.
What percentage are you giving
also.
Pakistan?
I am giving Pakistan a 45%.
What percentage would you give?
Pakistan
Yeah.
versus India.
Yeah.
Pakistan's percentage of
So you're
winning,
just
na?
giving 55 to India?
Of course.
So you're basically asking Pakistan's percentage of winning
Yeah.
India. Okay, I've been like pretty spot on with my prediction so far. I think it's
You just got in
So I think
barest of margins.
Exactly, that's the pressure. That's the
Less than-
pressure that's on you now
less
that
than
you have to
20%,
perform.
Less than 20%.
Less than 20%. I'd go with 30%.
30%.
30-70.
Okay.
70-30.
But still, I think looking at the current contest, looking at the form, looking at the conditions,
Matchups is the keyword here. You need to look at the matchups, and that's where I feel India will make a couple of changes in their playing 11 also, and
maybe they could get a Kuldeep back in, because Kuldeep has always
He
done
will
well.
definitely
And
play,
please-
and a pace bowler will go out.
Maybe
Or
a
Siraj
Siraj
would go out.
But but Rohit has been very clear we are going to go with a heavy pace attack in New York against Pakistan.
That
Okay,
depends, yeah.
so that means then Kuldeep doesn't play, or either Shivam Dube goes out and the Kuldeep plays.
No, but again, the batting.
The batting.
And the depth we have been
the
talking
only way
about,
Kuldeep
that
can
won't
go
stay.
if it's an Arshdeep / Siraj.
Yeah.
That's the only way possible. Otherwise, it's not possible.
Yeah, let's just, I think, shift to the comments here.
The comments,
Danush,
oh.
he's made a legendary comment. Hi, Danush. Last time Pakistan lost tied match in T20 World Cup, India
Yeah,
went
won
on
the
to win the tournament.
But yeah, Pakistan lost that tied match against India. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you have to look at it, see, India lost to New Zealand also.
Yeah.
So if they win this time, are they winning the T20
And
World
India
Cup?
were in, I think India had 2 back-to-back games after losing to New Zealand.
Yeah, you played against
England and South Africa
Yeah.
back-to-back games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Durban. You played in both those venues, no? So that's why.
Yeah.
Priyanshu is saying the only way Pakistan can challenge India is due to tricky pitch, and if they win the toss, they bowl first. Early 8-10 overs will be a lottery. Chasing India were 31 for 4. Still India won. Chasing India were 31 for 4. When? Which game are you talking about, Priyanshu? Is he talking about the Palakele encounter? But that was a no result.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is why it is okay. The thing is, okay,
34 for 4. India was 34 for 4.
31 for 4. Yeah, you remember that Virat was bowled, Rohit was bowled through the gate. Virat
Yeah,
went out.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
talking about the Asia Cup,
huh,
in which Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya
Yes,
had the
yes,
resurgence,
yes,
260 odd.
But it
260
rained,
odd.
right?
Yeah,
It didn't
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, and India won, but I think that was a washout. Or wait, he's talking about 2022. You remember they
India
were
were
45
around
for 4.
45 for 4 after 10 overs. Yeah.
11 overs. Yeah.
Okay,
That is
okay.
the thing. See, when have Pakistan had their best moments against India? Batting first, okay, 2017.
Yeah.
Batting second in 2022. They almost came close batting first.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed bag. You really don't know how you have to do it. But the one thing that has let Pakistan down entirely in this entire period, barring 1 or 2 instances, is the batting.
They very urgently, if they want a chance in this World Cup, they need Saim Ayub at the top
They
of the
need,
order.
why did they not pick
And
Saim?
not just that, with the ball, he contributes a lot. He's a much better spinner in terms of form than a Shadab Khan.
Why can't you bat Fakhar Zaman and Saim Ayub?
Exactly. And then you have Azam, you have Iftikhar.
Exactly. You have neutralized the top order because, as Shane would say, for Rohit, an accommodating captain. Boss, you have to accommodate Babar and Rizwan.
Exactly.
Because they can't bat in any other position.
And
Either
then
as a Chandimal, like, please boss, I want to escape Malinga, you take over as the captain.
Yeah.
Somebody should step up. Saim Ayub and Fakhar Zaman should be your openers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't play them, then the same problem is repeating in the New York game as well. So
That's not going to happen.
Yeah. Sri Citizen has an interesting comment. Failure is a stepping stone to Pakistan's resurgence, and I'm not going to deny that. I won't write them off, especially against India and in T20s.
Yeah.
I completely agree with this.
Maybe we are all
Yeah.
too scarred by what has happened in the 90s and in 2021.
See, the point here is that, once again, I'll come back to my old statement. It's a crazy format. So don't be surprised if India lose to Pakistan. Don't be surprised if India beat Pakistan. Don't be surprised if Pakistan beat India comprehensively. Don't be surprised for any of the results. If it would have been any other format, things might have been different. But in
Yeah.
T20, anything can happen. Yeah.
I mean, see, they've got a 6-3 head-to-head record if you look at it. 7-3, if I'm not mistaken, India versus Pakistan. Overall, bilateral, I'm looking at all
Yeah.
the 3 wins that Pakistan have had was in 2012, that was 1. Then in 2021, and then you had the Asia Cup 2022, wherein they dumped you out of the Super 4 stage itself. So, Mayank Madan, Dugout Live is fun, not record. Mayank Madan, thank you so much for that. Period. Still back my prediction. Pakistan will win against India. Oh, he's been picking Pakistan to win in New York. People think it's the biggest cricket game on the planet, but it's not. I totally agree with that. I mean, there are far greater contests that are there, and India-Australia encounter is now the biggest rivalry in cricket. India-England to a certain extent. England-Australia always has been a hostile rivalry. So let's see.
Piyush Nandre has a good comment. Greatest rivalries are loading in the next 2 days. The Nagin Derby.
Bangladesh itself, yes.
Sri Lanka, Australia, England,
That's,
India, Pakistan, and most legendary. Republic of South Africa versus the Netherlands.
Versus one which has orange free state in them, the other who wears orange. That is the thing. Yeah,
I back Netherlands to make it 3-0. I back Netherlands to do it.
I was having a bet with one of our members of Shakti during the IPL. Okay, he got one uncanny prediction spot on. Punjab Kings versus Kolkata Knight Riders.
260 odd.
He predicted that Punjab Kings will make 150 in 11 overs and they'll win with about 10 balls to spare with plenty of wickets to spare. They did that. I started calling him Shakti Bhagwan. But then I am not in that pedestal to call Siddharth Bhagwan, because if he says 3-0,
3 on the trot.
3 on the trot, you're saying RC are going to swear on your beard then.
Didn't I predict that USA and Pakistan will have a close game?
By the barest of margins.
But I said that.
Yeah. But you predicted the winner that USA will win.
Huh?
No.
I said that USA will give Pakistan a run for their money. I predicted that.
That everyone did, to be honest.
No, not everyone did that.
Okay, see, I wasn't there, but I would have said that, see, it won't be a walk in the park for them.
Yeah, even I would.
Because see, their build-up was so terrible this time around. And did they play a warm-up game?
No. They just
they played against England, obviously. So that is why.
Okay.
Yeah, so Bangladesh, yes. I mean, it's going to be a super Saturday from 5 a.m. onwards. New Zealand, Afghanistan. That can throw Group C wide open.
Yeah.
Group D, you've got 2 games in Group D. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, the Nagin Derby. Then you've got Netherlands, South Africa. Australia, England. That will be Group B is almost done and dusted in that sense.
And Australia, England is at 10:30 at night tomorrow.
And I think it's at Barbados, right?
Yeah. New Zealand, Australia, right? Australia,
Pakistan.
England.
Yeah. Yep. India versus Pakistan is the match of all.
Daniel M has an interesting comment that if Australia win against England, Group B is interesting and Scotland could knock England out.
Are there any other European teams in Group B? No, because see, England are facing Namibia. They are Africa. They are part European but are African. Okay.
By the European team, Siddharth's logic here was that England are yet to defeat a European nation in T20 World Cup. That was the logic.
Yes. Yeah. So England, their bogey has been overcome against Scotland. Okay. So they managed to get away with 1 point. They face Australia, Namibia, and Oman. No, I think England are through. I don't see any of the other. Although Oman did put up a fight against Australia.
I think the only thing that England would be praying does not happen is that rain should not spoil any of the other matches, because then it might just get difficult for them. Yeah.
Although Namibia might be a surprise threat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because Namibia beat Sri Lanka in 2022 and they were only denied because they botched up in their last league game.
Yeah.
That is why. Any other further questions, please? Okay, we've taken Daniel M. Okay, what is Sarat Chandra saying? Means seriously, you're counting on a player of 8 average, but denying all our players' caliber. Simply can't understand your thinking, Shashwat. So you think they can step up any day, but we can't. He's talking about Azam Khan.
8 average.
Azam Khan. Although Azam Khan in 3 games now has gotten out for a first ball.
I totally do agree with that, but I'm not going on the average of Azam Khan as of now, because in international cricket he hasn't actually stepped up as of now. But as a player, just by the technique and just by the way he actually middles the ball, he is known for his 6 rating abilities. He has done really well in the CPL also, so he is familiar to the conditions too. It's just the batting number and the situation he's coming in which hasn't gone with him as of now. But I think on his day he's somebody who could actually turn the momentum to his side also.
He's not in a good mental space.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you why. Sure, I mean, we are not at all counting Azam Khan as one of the threats. I mean, yes, he could spring up and not surprise, but then the problem is, see, after what happened in Leeds, I think it was in the Leeds T20I or the Oval T20I, wherein he dropped catches, he was fluffing
The last
collection.
ODI, last T20I.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you could see he was visibly
Shaken.
shattered.
Yeah.
His mind was shot. Babar came up to him and then just said, but then there later on emerged that there was a fat shaming thing going on.
No, that was all in fun.
That was
and
all
games.
fake?
No, that was all in fun and games.
Fun and games?
Yeah.
Okay, but then
Fat
see.
shaming in any fun, I don't think it
No, it was like no. What I mean to say is
Is
he
it
was
like a
just
roast?
calling. Yeah, he was calling him names just.
Oh, but then even then, that can be reverse psychology also. It can
Yeah,
impact you in a
that's
bad
my
way.
point, actually.
So, if you look at it, no one is giving Pakistan a chance. The thing is, there are these surprise factors, and he's not in the right mental space.
Yeah.
The first ball duck against a left arm spinner. Okay, he played in the CPL, but has he played in the US? No, he played all in the West Indies. Totally different conditions in that sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, we don't consider Azam Khan to be a major threat as such. but
And
yeah.
as far as the Indian team is concerned, I feel Hardik Pandya is somebody who on his day can go up to it 3 sixes in an over. He is somebody who can do that. I think he's the only one in the Indian side who can. I'm not saying that Virat and Rohit can't. I'm just talking in terms of impact.
Yeah.
That sort of an impact, I think it's just Hardik Pandya. Shivam Dube, if we just look at the IPL, yes, he can do it, but will he be able to do it in these conditions? I genuinely doubt that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abhishek Rawat is saying, I can bet my bottom dollar, taking on Nikhil's Takia Kalam, I can bet my bottom dollar on Pakistan if they play with confidence. They will win this clash against India. My T20 World Cup winner prediction was one between West Indies or Pakistan. See, they have to bat well. Whenever they have batted well, if you look at the 90s, why do you think that Pakistan had the upper edge over India? Because they are batters.
Okay, I would ask you both of you a question. What is the score if Pakistan is batting first, hypothetically? What is the score you think after which you would give them 55% when India comes out to chase?
I think that depends upon the pitch.
I would
Seeing the
say
pitch you have seen till now.
185.
185 on this wicket. That's 20 runs approximately above par.
Yes, I mean,
With
that
the
is-
bowling attack Pakistan had.
that is what your bowlers will need, that cushion, considering the depth of the Indian batter.
I think
What
any
if it turns out to be a pitch that's actually very much similar to where South Africa and Sri Lanka played?
Yeah.
do you do
No, I do understand. I'm just talking about the condition that we have seen till now. As per those, what is the score that you think
155,
could be a winning total for Pakistan?
165.
Yeah, even I think anything over
anywhere between
155.
150 to 170 could be.
I think anything
Because
over 155.
That is what freaking awesome is like
Yeah.
saying. 160 is the highest score in Pakistan versus India T20 World Cup games. All
Yeah.
7. 160, I think, was the Melbourne game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Melbourne game.
Yeah.
We can expect another low scoring game considering the wicket situation. Absolutely. So 160, 165 is that range wherein I'm keeping. Although if they make 185, then it is.
But I wouldn't even be surprised if they get bundled up for just 85 also.
I know. That's
to be
how
honest.
bad this Pakistan
Exactly,
is.
and how unpredictable.
Vikram Talreja, can you rely on Dube, Aksar, Jaddu, Hardik to score 42 in the last 3?
This is a good question.
These
actually.
4 make up to 2 batsmen and 2 bowlers. Why not take a proper batsman like Sanju in the middle, because middle order is still weak, especially on slow pitch, to be watchers? Good question, Vikram. See, I'll take it one by one. Can I rely on Dube, Aksar, Jaddu, Hardik? I can rely a bit on Hardik. I can rely a bit on Aksar.
Same.
I don't think I can rely on a Jaddu and a Dube. I'll tell you why. For Dube, if you're batting Shivam Dube at number 5 or a 6, depending, I think you're wasting him for one simple reason. Why did Dube come into the lineup? He would murder spin, right? Now, if he's coming in at number 5 or number 6, technically where he would come 16th or the 17th over max,
Yeah.
minimum 15th over, let's consider that, your spinners are done by that time. Dube, if you bowl short and at the body to him, he still struggles. He may get away with it, but he still struggles.
And I see, personally, very honestly, I see him only scoring such kind of shots on a flat pitch. I know he has done better on Turners also during the IPL, but again the sample size is not that much. He was high on confidence, he was high on confidence till now. He was getting those runs. He was in form, so he was doing that. Right now he has had a string of low scores also.
Yeah. So that is why I think I can rely on only two of them, Akshar and Hardik, to a certain extent. Now, as far as why not take a proper batsman like Sanju in the middle? Okay. Now you got a Surya, you got a Rishabh Pant. Now Rishabh Pant is definitely going to bat at number 3.
No, but then you'll have just 5 bowling options, right? As soon as you get
So if you get in a Sanju, okay, say Dubey goes out, Sanju at 5, Hardik at 6, Akshar.
No, he's saying with Dubey you get a
No,
Sanju.
I mean, why not take a proper batsman like Sanju in the middle, because middle order is still weak, especially on slow to be watchers. Now, if I take a Sanju in the middle order, I'll have to drop either of a Hardik or a Dubey.
or a spinner too.
Or
You can-
but
Or if Akshar Patel.
yeah.
no, I don't. Or a Jaddu. Maybe I'll have to drop a
Jaddu is
Jaddu.
not getting dropped.
So I can't drop an Akshar also.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll drop a Dubey. He's the softest of the things to be dropped. Okay, so Sanju at 5. Then I've got a Jaddu at 6 or a Hardik at 6. Jaddu at 7, Akshar at 8. Then I've got bowling options of Siraj, Arshdeep, Bumrah, Hardik.
Yeah.
4 pacers and 2 spinners. Actually, Vikram Talreja, you do have a point. Why do I need a Dubey? I can have a Samson.
Absolutely.
No, but the reason they are still going with Dubey, the reason actually made
For a
it.
7th bowling option.
No, for his batting. That's why he actually came into the
Basically,
side.
what I think in a nutshell, what Vikram Talreja is talking about Sanju Samson is that Sanju can play spin better, or he could be a better middle order fit than a certain
Although
bowler.
I
That's what
have-
The team is looking at him as a top order
Sanju
batter.
playing spin is very selective here. Like spin,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
struggles big time.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah, and you also saw in the eliminator, how did he, in the qualifier too, how did he get out to,
Yeah,
got out to
yeah,
a spinner? He couldn't do it against the spinners. And that is the problem with the Sanju Samson. Far too inconsistent for far too many years.
Yeah.
And of course, not helped by the fact that he didn't get a long rope.
Yes.
That's the problem. So, that is the thing. So, yeah, I mean, I could fit in the Sanju and not play a Dubey. And of course, he's a better fielder.
No, but
than
Dubey is
Dubey.
being looking at as a top order batter, right?
Yeah,
That's
but
why you
Dubey is
open
batting
him
at 5. Or at max of 4 if Surya wants to come. But then Surya and Rishabh are fixed. Yeah.
3 and
Number
4.
3 and 4. You're not tampering around with that. More questions.
I would,
Pawan? Last
if I have to
couple of
drop
questions.
Dubey, then I would get in a Yashasvi at the top of the order for that.
Yeah.
Okay, last couple of
Last
questions,
questions,
I think.
yeah.
Maybe last couple of. Why do, okay, strangely amusing is asking a question that why do you guys don't utter a word over Goat Jadeja? He's pathetic to see the last over the 15 years of his career, okay, but still somehow manages to sneak through in the squad. I think
I agree.
It's all pretty much based on reputation, because let's just be, I think, very clear about the fact that Ravindra Jadeja's hitting ability isn't the same what it used to be in the past few years. He's now the kind of batter who needs some time to get accustomed to the conditions, and then he can probably go for his shots. So that's where even I feel that a batter, from the batter's perspective, Jadeja would be a perfect fit to bat in the top order, maybe at 3 or 4. But that's where I think you already have Rishabh Pant and Suryakumar Yadav, who have done enough to prove themselves to basically occupy that spot. But Jadeja, the all-rounder, I think the thing with the word all-rounder in India is that, we are really fascinated by it, pretty much obsessed with it. Can take the perfect name of Hardik Pandya here. So I think it's just about the reputation, something that we have seen in Indian cricket for many years, and that's why he's being persistent.
It's not just his batting that is actually not being firing, it's his bowling also. I think he's a very flat bowler, and what Nikhil sir was also mentioning in yesterday's dugout was that you need wicket takers on a...
Yeah, absolutely.
He's good to have if you have to economically take out overs, but as soon as somebody is going all guns blazing, he's somebody who I don't think who can actually contain that.
See, barring the 2013 Champions Trophy, when was the last time Jadeja won you anything?
Almost won you the 2019 semi.
But then that was, you see, that's the thing, almost, but that didn't happen. He's bodged up a lot more. Okay, barring the IPL or 2023 final. What else has he won you? That's the problem. Last question we'll take, Abhishek Rawat. No one talking about New Zealand this time. Finn Allen can destroy his opponent's confidence in power play at least in a couple of matches. Well, I hope
Finn Allen has his own restrictions. He has his own weaknesses, and he can be found out in the spin department.
That's the
he
problem.
can play spin well, play pace well. That should not be a problem, but he can be found out in the spin department.
I know, that's the thing. So we hope so that he can fire, because even when Finn Allen gets going, man, he is
unstoppable. Actually, he's a beast.
He's a treat to watch.
Yeah.
So that is why, Sri Citizen, let us not get into that. India should get in Jaiswal for Dubey.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
backing
I'm
him
saying. Yeah.
in the wrong position then. Would be good to
No. I think what he means is that you get in a Dubey. Sorry, you remove a Dubey, get Yashasvi at the top of the order, and push Virat at number 3.
Oh no! For the template that Virat is playing, for the way that he is playing his blueprint, he has to open. There is no other position.
Yeah.
He can't be number 3 anymore.
I still don't know about, see, I'll be very honest about this fact that I'm still not very confident about, I know he has shown that, I know a lot of people might just come at me for saying this also, but
Please go ahead.
But I still I just don't get that confidence, because I think that it's, okay, I think it's not his natural instinct actually to just go all guns blazing. He's trying, I'm not saying.
I will wait for 4 games.
Yeah, exactly. Even I would want to wait for 4 games, and I think somebody like a Yashasvi Jaiswal at the top of the order would be helpful, is that you are suddenly exposing. I'm using the word exposing in front of the left arm spinner. What is the biggest weakness of your 2 openers currently? That is Rohit and Virat. Now if Virat comes at number 3, what I feel is that at number 3, even if a Rohit gets out, from there also I think Virat can play with the same template, but by then you would be done with Shaheen Shah Afridi, and he can attack somebody like a Naseem Haris. He can obviously go after them. So I think that could be a really good idea. But if now the team does that, I think that would be a defensive move by them, because then you're automatically protecting your 2 openers whom you decided to open with throughout the tournament.
Yeah, that's the problem. So, well, I think it's not worth the hype. India versus Pakistan, it is not the biggest game on the planet. There are far more important games than this. But yes, it is the marquee clash of the ICC T20 World Cup.
That's why you had the whole thing in New York in the first place.
I know.
For
all those compromised kind of situation. I mean,
they moved the world to have the match in New York.
It's terrible, because see, you need better conditions, and you see the drop-in wickets came only in April. It was settled in May. You can't play any games in that until September. It needs 5 months to settle.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Total mismanagement in that sense. So that's why we hope that the pitch that is dished out is better on June 9th. So now we are building up to India versus Pakistan. You'll see a lot more videos from us coming in the next days, building up to what has happened in the past. We already done one video today on India versus Pakistan. We'll be doing more in the coming days. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us in this dugout. Thank you for the comments. If you have any more, you can write to us below. Subscribe to Sports Today. We are also on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Show us some love there. Also, we are nearing 400k. Get us there.
Before India-Pak. On the day of India.
Yeah. Nikhil will be giving you updates from New York starting from tomorrow. Or
anytime, even today.
Even tonight. So let's see. So thank you so much, folks. Subscribe, and from me, Shashwat and Sid Gulati, it's bye-bye. Vanakkam, country.